This video and its content are operated underneath the guise of the Fair Use Act.
Boy don't play. 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 Boy don't play.
What's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin', hey, gang, 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 gang. If you are new to the channel, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I do a video. I know, I am late. I am so sorry. I do apologize, but I thank you all for your patience with waiting for me, okay? It's been a big day. There's been a lot of news that happened. Now, if people out there choose to go and do what they do, then you do what you do. No judgment. No judgment. I understand you got to get the content. I'm not going to do that here, though, because people don't know what that feels like as a mother to have a child that is incarcerated and that child is doing years or possibility of doing years. It does something to you. And right now, I'm just going to take a moment to be empathetic, even though I know people feel like she doesn't deserve empathy because she doesn't give empathy and mercy to other people. I'm going to give empathy and mercy because I understand that pain. It's a hole in your heart that nobody can fix. It feels like a part of you is gone. I am not going to get emotional on this. I'm trying my best not to, because that's a pain that I don't wish on any mother at all. Okay, I don't wish it on nobody. You go to sleep and you wake up with that pain every day. And you got to think, she went through this with Andre and she's going through it now with Blue. So I'm going to give her some empathy and some grace with this. Papa Blue is going through. And I don't mean that in a way to, I don't mean that in a way to be funny. I know it rhymed, but if you saw Papa Blue's story, he's in the car and he's screaming. What I need people to really understand right now is that while we get up here and we gossip and we kiki and we clock tea and we do all of that on these people because they put their stuff out here online, they are still people. And they have real feelings like we do. So the content is the content. But I need everybody to understand that this is something that is very sad. There are children involved. You know, while people don't want to talk about the children that are involved, I'm going to talk about the children for a second. Javon, out of the 3 children, is the one that has had the most time with Blue, the connection with Blue. Okay. Journey has a connection with Blue. Junior does not have a connection with Blue. And so anyone who wants to take that and flip it, okay, out of all 3 of these children, Javon is the one that's going to suffer the most in all of this, in Blue's absence, okay? I don't know, because I did not go and watch all of the content that is out there. I'm not going to lie to you. I started doing my own digging and doing my own, content and, setting myself up for today. But what I started thinking about was when it was described about Javon being at the court and him trying to talk to his father and the judge saying, you can't talk to him. First of all, that's some real janky-ish, because you could have at least let him say hi. You could have at least let him say, I love you. You could have at least done those things. What was it going to hurt you? He was the last case on your docket, to my understanding. And you couldn't let him speak to his son? And while it's been said that he's handling this with a certain amount of grace, that little boy got to go home and lay down with the memory of seeing his father the way that he saw his father. He has to go home and lay down at night and think about the fact that his dad is gone. So while people want to celebrate and dance in the streets, I'm not one of those people. Because I'm looking at it from that aspect. What people don't realize and understand is when loved ones go away and are incarcerated, your family goes through that as well. We feel incarcerated with you. And I'm praying that Blue does get to come home in a year, like this time next year or something. That he only gets to do a year. But that also comes with stipulations, okay? That's provided that he doesn't get into any trouble. That's provided that he keeps his head, above water and, stays away from certain things and doesn't catch another charge in state prison, because Blueface is not staying in the county. He is going to go to a prison. Y'all do know that, right? He's headed to prison. And he's going to sit up. Maybe he'll go wherever D-Loc is, and then he'll have somebody there. But based off of the history, he's already been getting into scuffles and trouble and things of that nature in the county. He's been caught with illegal substances, contraband, a phone. Because y'all know if they shook down his cell while he was in the shower, that means that they also found the cell phone. So while people are asking, why isn't he calling the way that he was calling before? Because they found his phone. They found the phone. And the phone may not be a thing that was a big thing, but it's a fact. So when he gets to the other side and he gets into prison, let's hope that these behaviors don't follow him and he catches more charges in there. And let's be honest, if we're going to start going down roads of honesty before we actually get to pulling things, he was not ready to come out. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. He was still getting into some type of trouble. He got himself into trouble. That's brought this on. He got himself into trouble. People want to bring God into the situation. Let's talk about God for a second. Just for a second. So bear with me, y'all. God had to sit him down a little longer. A little longer. So let's hope that this time he gets himself together, gets his head in order, and all of that. My heart goes out. My heart goes out to Jerron. My heart goes out to Papa Blue. And believe it or not, my heart goes out to Carlissa as well. It does. I have empathy for her. I can relate and empathize with her. No, he's not, Michelle. He's not allowed to have a cell phone in his cell. Cell phone is contraband no matter where you go. All right, so now I was going to play Papa Blue. I was going to play Carlissa for y'all, but I'm just going to put that stuff on the press box. And today we're going to deal with things. Things have not been updated in the system as of yet. As you know, they do take their time when it comes down to updating their systems in LA. I'm not quite sure how LA's process is, but I know here where I am, when they get sentenced, they don't usually go back. Well, they do go back to the county until they are moved out to the state facility, and they don't know when they're being moved. Okay, so we won't know when that transport happens. Quite honestly, a lot of y'all have been having these debates about whether or not to take a child to court. I say age plays a big factor in it. When they're infants, when they're toddlers and things of that nature, they may not remember that. If you're going to take a child into an environment to visit their parent, I think that's a little bit more, it's a softer view of things. I wouldn't have taken him. I wouldn't have taken him. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't have taken him up there. But that's me. No judgment, but I wouldn't have taken him. Now, with Blueface being behind bars, though, that doesn't mean that his legal woes have stopped. Y'all do know that there's other things that are pending in the wind for him, right? Y'all do know that Blue has other cases. Cases like the Jacqueline Martinez case where homegirl was asking for 10 million, not even 10 bands, 10 million. Oh, y'all forgot. Okay, let me remind you. Hold on. Let me pull my documents. Hold on, y'all. We gonna pull the documents. I should just go ahead and run the video because we've already gone through this stuff already. But I'm not. I'm just gonna give you a quick reminder of some of the things that are looming out there for him. Okay, y'all remember this case? Let me get my watermark up. So while he's in Click City, sitting down, you still have this case right here that is pending with Jacqueline Martinez, which is, if you forgot who she is, Soulja Boy's baby mama, okay? And this was for defamation, for false lights, for intentional infliction of severe emotional damage, for negligence, and for declaratory relief, okay? And if you remember in this case, what she was asking for, right here, she's asking, homegirl is asking for 10,266,000. I'm sorry, 10,000. I said 10 million. Excuse me. 10,266,000. No, $10,266,373. I was right the first time. She asking for 10 mil, 10 M's. Thank you for the super chat, Yvonne. Hey, Lachey Bibbs is a member. Welcome to the other side. Okay. Thank you for the Cash App, guys. I just got a Cash App. I haven't gotten a Cash App in a long time. I appreciate the Cash App, okay? I do. Cash App comes quick. Cash App comes today. Okay, so let's go back. So he has this case where he's being sued for the 10 M's, okay? Then let's not forget. Let me actually pull y'all over to this. Wait a minute. Okay, he has that case. He has, I don't know what y'all waiting for, but I'm not going to get into that, right? I'm not going to get into that right now. We're going to get into this stuff. He also has this case. Javaris Heard. Remember? We've gone through this stuff. And if you want this stuff in detail, there's a video. I'll do my best to remember to drop the link to the videos that I've done on all of his court cases in the description box of this video once I'm done. But this Javaris Heard is the gentleman whose vehicle was hit and totaled out the night of the incident at the Las Vegas strip club. Yeah. See, he's suing Kentavious and Jonathan Jamal Porter. And as you know, the first person is who he's going after. The second person is the second person on the case, and so on and so forth. Now, euphoric gentlemen settled their portion of this case. However, this case is still standing. So he has this case to contend with. But wait, because there is more. Okay? Remember, he also has that case with Kentavious as well. And Kentavious, right here. Thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you. So that was Luanda and Felicia. Thank you. All right. He's got Kentavious Trailer. Now, if y'all don't remember, Kentavious Trailer is the dude that actually got pew in the hand, and the one that took the picture in the court. He's also suing him in a civil case. Okay, so Javarius Hurd, Jacqueline, and Kentavious are suing him for these civil cases. These cases have not proceeded as of yet. We're still watching them, but these cases have been filed. All right, and then of course, let us not forget this case right here. Okay, which is the Euphoric Gentleman's Nightclub. Okay, and if you remember, Euphoric's Gentleman Nightclub actually put a lien on Blueface's property. Remember that? Thank you for the Cash App, Yvonne. Thanks, guys. Y'all don't know, I can use them Cash App. Okay. All right, let me go here. Let me go on. All right, so y'all remember this? I'm going to make this big. This is the lien that was placed on his house. It is still active, okay? It has a lapse date of 5/17/2029, but this is very much a judgment lien that is against his home. You see it. You see it. I know you see it. I know you see it. If you remember when I first brought you this, I told you that Wack was not handling his business. And he's not. Hey, thank you, Kim, for the Cash App. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't know how much y'all about to make me cry. All right. This case started out at $14,891,435.59. It has since accrued interest since we last reported on this. So this is what I mean by what is he facing now? Because he still has other legal woes. He's got these civil cases. Nevada, I'm going to tell you something. I believe the reason why Nevada decided to give him the time served and for him to go over there into LA and handle what he handled is because somehow they must have known something was going down. I don't, that's just my thought. I don't have no proof on that at all. But you know, judges and lawyers and all of that, they communicate behind the scenes. Is it possible? Let me ask y'all, do y'all think it's possible that the judge in Nevada knew that this was going to happen in LA? Let me ask y'all. Because he went somewhere in the midst of them finding what they found in his cell. Because remember, it was alleged that this was going on prior to when he first went to court, when they first brought up the fact that they found the THCA, or I'm just going to say contraband, in his cell. Because remember, we were trying to figure out why that judge, get them likes up, guys, please and thank you. Because we were trying to figure out why this judge pulled a jack move on us when she said, well, she was capping. Okay, why was she capping? Because she said if he got into anything and he came back before her in her court, that he was in trouble. And we all was sitting back like, damn, my man's is, he done. It's done. You're in trouble. But he wasn't. So they could catch him up and not have to pay to house him. We talk together, especially about ninjas. That's an interesting theory. All right, so you guys are saying that, yeah, they do talk. Y'all do agree that that is a possibility. I'm not saying that's what happened, so don't y'all go out there talking about, Henny said, Henny didn't say that was a fact. Henny said, is it possible? I think it's possible that that's what happened and why he didn't get hit with what he was supposed to get hit with in Nevada, because the judge said she was going to hit him the way she was going to hit him when she said she was going to hit him, but she didn't hit him. Instead, she tapped him and sent him on back around his way and said, you go do that time in Cali. We're going to run it concurrent with your sentence and we're going to reinstate it. I mean, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. Well, now you're saying that the judge has it out for Blue. I don't know if the judge has it out for Blue or not. What I can say is he owned up to the fact that, listen, I had it. It was in my cell. I did that. He took accountability for the fact that it was his and he had it, and boom. So it's his actions. So you can't really just say that the judge had it out for him when he's done actions that were warranting him getting into trouble. You understand what I'm saying? I think in this sector, what we need to stop doing is trying to find other people to blame for everybody's actions and start holding everybody accountable for their own actions. Instead of worrying about who's not holding who accountable, hold everybody accountable for their own actions and the situations and the mess that they sit in, regardless to who your fave is. Because I know that I get people from both sides that come over here and they watch, because I do give out information. Yes, I have someone that I do fave, like that's my fave, but I try to be as non-biased as I can be in the situations. But these are adults, they're not children, okay? And Blueface, Krishan, they have done things that put them in the situations that they are in. It's not a matter of a judge having something out for him or just not liking her, or it's not always a matter of that. Everything is not always a setup. Everything is not always somebody trying to tear somebody else down. Sometimes it's just people doing things themselves that bring them into the situations that they get into. If we're going to hold one person accountable for their actions in this circus, we got to hold everybody accountable for their actions in this circus. And people may not like what I say all the time, but I'm always going to give you the real. Just like I've been hesitant to say this out loud to anybody, and I've only said it a couple of times to people, but come on, people. Let's chat about Krishan for a second and this sentencing that's going on, or this court thing that's going on with her. Everyone wants me to say she's getting 30 days. 30 days commitment is what's on the table. That is what she is charged with for her 30-day commitment. However, when she gets before the judge, everything that has happened, they're going to have a conversation about that in court. It's not like they're going to sit there and say, okay, girl, you got arrested and caught a case in California while you were wanted by us and on our probation. Oh, girl, we just gonna let that slide. Oh, you caught this person, this happened. Oh, we just gonna slap you and let you. We don't know what's gonna happen. So this is why Henny is not saying anything is definite, because I don't know what is happening. Now, if you don't like what I just said, then you're a person that is delusional and not living in the truth. Because the fact of the matter is, when Blueface got caught with this contraband, I said, I think he might come home. I did say, I think he might come home. But in the back of my mind, I'm saying, I don't think he's going to come home. And it was in that moment that I said that I was like, no, I'm allowing people to control my independent thinking, and I'm not allowing people to control my independent thinking. I had told y'all before, this man got caught with contraband. Contraband is illegal in no matter what jail or prison you are in. Contraband is contraband. Now it's up to them if they're going to hit you with a charge or not. Because yes, some people get caught with contraband. Some people actually and you know what I'm saying? They don't catch another charge. It's up to them if they're going to give you another charge. But the fact of the matter is contraband no matter where you're at. So I'm not going to be delusional or give people what they want to hear. Because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all don't follow me to give you delusional and fluff narratives and things that are easy to swallow. And no, I'm going to be very real with you. This is why I'm not saying that. We've been in those case files. And that amendment that they had when they were trying to get this thing done, remember that they talked about the absconding. Remember, we read this. We read this on this channel. They talked about absconding. She was an absconder, that she hadn't turned herself in, that she to go into the orientation, that there was calls made for her to reinstate. The option for her to reinstate was given there, but she didn't keep up with that. There was the Whoa Vicky case that ended up being added. The document was added to a violation report. Let me pull this up because I know there's going to be people that are going to be like, oh my God, why is she saying this? Because it's the truth. And as I was saying, you know, there's the James case that was added. And then there was the California versus Krishan. Am I lying? Henny Glass is in the chat if I'm telling the truth about the chain of events that have occurred. Because I'm not lying. Let's look and see. Okay, so we're watching this realistically. Now, her sister did come on and say that she will be home before Junior's birthday. I'm hoping that. I'm hoping that. I want that for her. I believe that for her. But is she going to get 8 years? I don't think so. And it really saddens me that people are out here wishing, I guess y'all don't know what it's like to go and freaking sit behind a wall. Because if you knew what it was like to sit behind a wall, yes, it was dismissed. It was dismissed and you can't find it. But let me just go ahead because I already see what's about to happen before it even gets started because I see how people do and I know what people do. And let me just go ahead and let me show this right here. Because one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get up here and candy coat for y'all. I'm done with doing that. Candy coating stuff ends up backfiring. Keeping it 100 with y'all, it could backfire, but at least you could never say I lied. Let's go to the documents to answer this question for you. Because yes, that case was dismissed. However, I'm talking about what was added to the case file on the amendment to accelerate. So on this amendment to accelerate, let me pull you in right here. The complaint. The complainant, Victoria Winthrop, alleged that Malone attacked her on August 13th. So it's in this case file. It's in this right here. This was the application to accelerate deferred judgment. When we get to the first one is about the absconding. That's the first one. When we get to the second one talks about the Whoa Vicky case. When we get to the third one talks about James. So I'm not pulling this out my behind or saying it because I want to. I'm saying it because it is the truth of what they have on this accelerated application. And what I am saying to you is she has to answer for this, guys. So if she ends up staying in there an additional 30 days and coming out right before Junior's her birthday, yes, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. But this is why I'm not saying a date. Y'all want to know? Why is Henny not saying? Henny, why you not saying? Henny, why you not saying? If you're in my subscribers, then you know this already. We've had this conversation. And that's not me wishing any will. And the only reason why I decided to say something about it right now is because I think it best to come from somebody who's on this side versus it coming from someone on the other side. Y'all got to think about things like that. And no matter what gets said, no matter what we say, it's still going to get twisted on the other side. So what I say to y'all is stay prayerful and be positive. That's all. And I still haven't given y'all what I think is going to happen. I haven't given y'all any of that because I don't know. And you know what I'm learning? It's okay to get up here and say you don't know something if it's not your lane. I am a content creator / blogger. I am not a lawyer, a judge, or even a bailiff in the court. I am reading the court docs. And I'm reading the court docs because I know a lot of y'all don't want to read the court docs. Y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want to read it. Y'all would rather have someone read it for you. So, yeah. I'm not an expert. And even if I did know something, I could still be wrong. Look, how many times did Duty Shooter say to us when Blue first went in January? Do y'all remember? Henny Glasses in the chat if y'all remember Duty Shooter telling us that Blue was going to be home in 30 days or 90 days. Henny Glasses, if y'all remember, where we at now? Because we 7 months into the game. And that's somebody who I would think would know some things, even though we don't like him, we don't trust him, we don't believe him, we don't nothing. But how many times has he said some stuff? And I'm bringing him up because it's crazy to me how people will run with his word like it's the concrete solid proof and the truth. When he lie, I told y'all, he take a little bit of truth, mix it with some shit, and gives you shit water, okay? And every time he talks, he's spewing shit. That's why he's a duty shooter. Mouth full of bullshit. Okay? So y'all remember that. I know here in New York, they hit you with 3 years. You ain't even doing 3 years. You probably going to do a year and a half and be home. If even that, you might only do a couple months and come home. And you come home on parole. He caught a violation. He would have been. I don't know what we speaking. Okay. I don't know what we speaking. But y'all remember this. So this is what I'm saying. I'm staying positive. I'm staying mindful. I'm being responsible and giving y'all the information that y'all come here to see. I think this is a sad situation all the way around the board. I do. You got a mother away from her child, her first child, and then you have a man away from his children. This is sad. I don't like to see, and they're young. They're young. She's 24. What is he? 26, 27? These are young, carbonated, melanated people caught up in a system that was never made for us. And it's sad. It's sad to watch this. I can't celebrate. If you can celebrate, that's on you. No judgment. Like I said, I'm not judging nobody. You do what you do. But I'm not celebrating this situation. This situation is a shit show. We don't know what Blue is going to come home to. He got these civil cases that are still rolling on. And the Jacqueline girl done filed for a default judgment. He got that lien on his house. And as I showed y'all, it's active. It's not like it was stopped. It's active. It's active right now as we speak, still going. What is this man going to come home to? What does he have for his children? What is Krishan going to come home to? I don't know what's going on with her situation in her personal life. And even if I had some information, I wouldn't tell anybody because that's not my business. No, I'm not doing that. I need evidence to back up what I'm saying when I get up here. That's how I roll. I need proof before I get up here and speak. I'm learning as I grow as a content creator to watch how I word things and be more responsible. And one of my responsibilities is to be as transparent and honest with y'all as possible. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. So even if you don't like Blueface, if you're a praying person, you're supposed to pray for those you don't like too. It's easy to pray for the people that we love, the people that we like, the people that we care about. It's a lot harder to pray for people that you don't like, can't stand. But those are the ones you're supposed to pray for. Truth be told. It's just sad that they are learning consequences of their actions and they're being forced to take accountability for things in this manner. But I just wanted to give y'all the update on things, give my 1, 2, and my spin and my thoughts on it. Y'all that are on the replay gang that are going to catch this later, shout out to y'all. If y'all have been here from the beginning, salute and shout out to y'all as well. For those of y'all who are lurking in the bushes, can y'all please hit the like button? Make sure y'all are hitting that like button on the way in, not just on my channel, but on every content creator's channel that you go into. Because if you're going to sit and watch the content, the least you could do is like it. We're not asking you for cash apps. We're not asking you for super chats. We're not even asking you to interact or comment or any of that. But if you could at least like the video, we'd greatly appreciate it. Whether you like the content creator or not, you sat and watched the content. You'd be surprised. I'll watch some content that I don't necessarily agree with because it showed up in my timeline. And guess what I do? I will still like the content. You know why? Because I watched it. Whether I liked it or not, I was there. So be sure to hit that like button. And y'all know what I always say. Remember to vibe high so that the bullshit don't stick. And I will see y'all in the next video, which will be later on tonight as we continue on with day 6 of the Ray J Wack Rico, going through the documents and the paperwork. If you just now hearing about it, it's there on my channel. Okay, go watch it, catch up, and then meet us tonight as I team up with the team Damu Kiwe Conversations, and we dive into that paperwork. Remember, y'all, love is always love. Thank you for the cash apps, the super chats, and most importantly, thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate y'all, and I love y'all. Think down in the comment section below, and be sure to follow me on TikTok at Hennessy Reviews, and follow my other YouTube channel at Hennessy Reviews for court doc reads, content reviews, and much, much more. And I'll see y'all in the next video.